Hello and welcome to another Read by Red video. Read by me, Red. Today I'm going to be reading some r/entitled people. Let's get going. Entitled person accuses blind girl of being able to see. Gets handed an eyeful. I was reminded of this incident yesterday during a phone call with a friend from my college days. For a little background, my friend, I'll call her Jill, and I were about 19 or 20 years old at the time of the incident in 1983. Do the math, and yes, I'm that old. Because Jill was blind, ocular melanoma, important later, she had an advocate. There's another name for this, but for the life of me I can't think of what it is, but you get the idea. That went everywhere with her on the university campus. They made sure she made it safely to and from each of her classes and assisted her with test taking, etc. We met when Jill walked by my table in the student union hall, bumped my coffee and spilled it all over both of us. We've been friends ever since. Because Jill lived off campus with her parents and I lived in an off-campus apartment a few blocks away, I drove every day to school. We coordinated our class schedule so I could drop her off to her advocate in the morning. And in the afternoon, the advocate would bring her to me and I would take her home. This one particular semester, Jill's last class on Monday, Wednesday and Friday ended an hour before mine. Normally her advocate would hang out with her in the student union hall to wait for me. Since it was Friday, Jill insisted that the advocate bring her to the building where I had class and she would just wait for me there, closer to where I parked the car, and the advocate could go home a little early. This was something Jill did occasionally just to be nice. I always took the same route out of the building and knew to be on the lookout for her. This day, Jill was in her usual spot in the lobby. She was sitting on the floor, there were no seats, with her back against the wall, her cane folded beside her. Her tinted glasses on, and she appeared to stare straight ahead. To Jill's left were the lobby doors, about 30 feet away. Jill thinks she'd been sitting there for maybe 50-55 minutes when she heard what sounded like squeaky wheels rolling over the floor. She didn't bother to call out and just thought it was maybe the janitorial staff with those mop buckets on wheels getting an early start on mopping. Then she heard someone push the panic bar on one of the lobby's double doors and the wheels banging over the metal threshold. A moment later, a woman's voice filled the empty lobby. The conversation that ensued is to the best of Jill's and my memory.
What the hell is wrong with you young people? Never in my life I've seen so many inconsiderate brats in all my life.
I'm sorry?
And you should be, young lady. You could see that I needed help with this hand truck, but you just sat there and did absolutely nothing. Didn't anyone teach you manners?
I didn't see you.
How could you not see me? I'm the only other person here.
I'm sorry, but I didn't see you. I'm blind.
You really expect me to believe that? Blind people can't go to college. You're just too lazy to get off the floor.
Jill pulled her cane around, unfolded it, and got to her feet. Yes, ma'am, I am blind, and I can go to college. Me rounding the corner. What's going on? Classes are letting out and students are beginning to leave or change classes.
This girl expects me to believe she's blind.
She is.
That's a load of crap. Prove it!
The woman walks up to Jill and takes the tinted glasses from her face.
See?
She directs this to the students who were hanging around to watch the drama as if she expected them to agree with her or take her side.
She can see. There's nothing wrong with her eyes. She's not really blind.
As I stated earlier, Jill had ocular melanoma. As a result, her eyes were surgically removed and she was fitted with prostheses that looked real at a glance, but didn't move like normal eyes and were a bit flat in their colour. It was kind of like looking into the eyes of a very old doll. However, the best part of Jill's eyes, they were removable. Jill reached up, popped one eyeball out and held it out to the woman. Here, look through this and tell me if you can see anything. And the entitled person backed away, screeching loudly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The woman backed away from us so fast she tripped over either her own feet or those of gathering students, landed on her butt and continued to scoot away. When she got to the door, she pulled herself up, grabbed her hand truck and left. Jill maneuvered the eye back into the socket. The small crowd of students started clapping and laughing and a few gave Jill a pat on the back. Jill sighed dramatically. So much for that lady seeing through my eyes, huh? Jeez, I love Jill's humour. Can you imagine being so entitled that you felt Like you could just go up and rip someone's glasses off their face, blind or otherwise. That's like a ridiculous level of entitlement. Okie dokie, give the like button a pokey. And let's get on with our next story. Apparently I pay rent to be a doorman. I live in a block of 6 flats in Scotland, on the top floor. It's okay, fairly quiet, and the neighbours are nice. I know who all of them are. The main front door requires a key fob to enter, or you need to buzz someone in if they ring your intercom. I've only managed to lock myself out once so far. So, this afternoon I've finally decided to brave the cold and take the recycling out. Key fob in my pocket. We have these big communal bins out on the pavement. One for cardboard, one for the mixed recycling. You get the idea. The cardboard bin is across the street, opposite a row of parked cars. In our street, you can only park on one side of the road as it's a one-way street because of a nearby primary school. While I'm putting the recycling in the cardboard bin, I'm vaguely aware of someone leaving our block and heading towards one of the parked cars. I didn't think much of it, finished my cardboard disposal and turned to go back inside. On my way, I see that the person who left the building is a youngish man I've never seen before. I let myself back inside with my key fob and let the main front door shut behind me before heading back upstairs to my flat where it's nice and warm. 10 minutes later, there's quite an aggressive knocking at my door. I go to answer it thinking it might be a parcel to find the same youngish man from our side standing there. He looks furious. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you hold the door open? I beg your pardon?
You came inside from doing the bins and didn't hold the door open for me. That's so effing rude.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were behind me.
I wasn't behind you. I was just getting something from a car, but I didn't have a key fob, so you should have waited.
Wait.
You wanted me to stand outside in the freezing cold for 10 minutes waiting for you to finish dicking about in your car so I could let you back into the building. Well, yeah, that's the neighbourly thing to do. Okay, no. First of all, I don't know you. You're not my neighbour. I don't let strange men into a building I live in. Second of all, technically you're not supposed to be here. I know you don't live here, and visiting households indoors isn't allowed in this part of Scotland. Third, whoever it is you're visiting could easily have given you their fob or buzzed you back in. I'm not going to freeze my tits off for anyone, especially you. Now go away before I phone the police. He stomped back downstairs after that, fuming but silent. I might text my landlord and ask for a reduction in rent if I'm going to be a doorman as well. I locked my door, but his car isn't outside anymore, and I'm sure I heard my actual neighbours laughing at him when he went back downstairs. You know, the thing with entitled people is they take themselves so seriously. That's why reading stories about them is so hilarious, because they seem so ridiculous, but in their own minds, they're the best thing in the world. I hope you guys liked that r/entitled people, read by me, Red. Please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can hear more videos. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Have a great rest of your day.